Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I do want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem HaKadosh, to born to the apostles, and now's great millstone for teaching us true peace and blessings. To the hopeful like Rizal, Yahweh is the name of, then Father and Chibu Ba'Shem is the name, and Yahweh Shai is the name of the begotten Son. Back in our lesson, and as you put in the title, going to be going to the time of Jacob's trouble, which I just saw one of the brothers, post a lesson regarding ICE going door to door pretty soon. So just further going to show the type of times that we are in and are especially coming into what this devil's getting ready to do, because it's written within the scriptures. It's in this book as to what's getting ready to unfold. This is immigration enforcement ramp up has only just begun, VP Vance promises. And as he has the most recent situation where you had this woman, which was an American citizen, was shot down. So you see, they could even care less about their own people. So how much more you when you're the target? As we're going to read right here, we're just getting to the point, which is going to be the second paragraph, but we'll read the first one. That says, federal officials say Americans can expect to see even more muscular immigration enforcement in the coming months, with over 10,000 new ICE agents. So it's not slowing down, even after all the friction and tension regarding these ICE agents and the things that they're doing. More are beginning to sign up, which actually they're pushing out incentives. I believe there was an ad, which I believe I've even seen on YouTube also, but they're pretty much incentivizing people to sign up for ICE and protect America, this and that. But with over 10,000 new ICE agents hitting the streets, armed with personal data harvested by private contractors, so it's finna get crazy out here. And you already see the situation happening over there in, I want to say Minneapolis, if I'm correct. But you saw how people were taken to the streets, protesting, all that type of stuff. So, I believe even made a point. Don't be surprised to see this trickle down to these other states. And this is the main point here. Speaking on January 7th, Fox News broadcast, Vice President J.D. Vance said ICE would be going door to door. Hey, we are coming into these chaotic times, man. And as you get in scripture, Jeremiah 37, which we're ultimately in the midst of right now. It's just going to continue to ramp up, dealing with the time of Jacob's trouble. That says we'll be going door to door in the coming months. And you already see the things that they've been doing to Jake. I say Jake, speaking of the Israelites, the 12 tribes. And now they're going to be taking this door to door. Now, in the coming months, as agents carry out President Donald Trump's plan for the largest mass deportation in history, federal officials say they have now got about 22,000 agents and investigators up from 10,000 a year ago. And that's also not even accounting for the incentivizing, if that's the correct word, that they're doing. Pushing out these different ads and saying you can harvest so much money if you sign up. But this is Jeremiah chapter 13 verse 7, further going to show the type of times we're coming into, and what, as I made the point, as we're really in the midst of now. But as you're going to see this continue to ramp up, they call it a snowball effect. It's only going to pick up. And as the last 5 days great, so that none is like it, it's even the time of Jacob's trouble, the time of our trouble. You have all these other Israelite camps pushing that this is not speaking of trouble coming to the Israelites, which is just bugged out. They don't know what they're talking about. What do you think it means when talking about Jacob's trouble? But it's like you've been off topics, thought that came to mind. And this is why you should be careful who you listen to and who you're learning from. And really, you should know by now who your true teachers are. But go back to the point. It says it is even the time of Jacob's trouble, the time of our trouble. Specifically, for the weight of our people, but those in this faith and this truth, we're also going to be tried, we're going to be tested. But it says, but he shall be saved out of. Who's that he being saved out of? The Lord's elect. As we get throughout various scriptures, the various miracles and great things the Lord's going to do for those that believe, those that endure, those that remain faithful, which is his elect. We hope and pray that we're a part of the Lord's will. But it's further going to show the type of times, we're in and are especially, coming into as continue to get, more hectic. Revelations 12 further answers that point. So therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is coming unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So it's definitely ready to crash out. And as we've been saying through Spirit Prophet Yahweh Shem Shai, with the apostles and elders down over that great millstone, that this devil's getting ready to show his true colors. He's getting ready to show his horns. And why? He's called the devil. So there's further adding to what we just read in Jeremiah 13:7. These terrible times. The great trouble that is coming. As they're now taking this door to door, you can imagine the amount of situations that are pop up dealing with that. And especially with these ICE agents, these troops being pretty much given the go-ahead to do whatever they want. So basically, they're not going to be carrying warrants, pushing people's doors in. This type of stuff you can really see. 2 Timothy 1, I mean, you already see the stuff they're doing now. You answer one wrong question, and that's your behind. And just thinking about this one situation where you had this Israelite woman, Eve, pretty much was pulled over by ICE or whatever the case was, and she was asked a question, do you, I forgot exactly what it was, do you know your social security off the top of your head, I believe? If not, a similar question, as if she was just going to remember off the top of her head, and she got tackled to the ground. So they're looking for any justification they can get in order to put their hands on you. And especially why it's important to seek the Lord. Because without Yahweh Bashim Shai, you're finished. As you get in Psalm 91, how the Lord's going to be, our safe haven pretty much. But the 2 Timothy 13 verse 1 says this, so also that in last days, perilous times shall come. So troublesome times are fastly approaching. And as I keep mentioning that point, we're in the midst of it now. But this is just start as you get in Matthew 24 and 8, how all these are the beginning of sorrows. Got a couple more, and that'll be the point. 2 Ezra 16 and 70 for this we said, I was thinking of 2 Ezra 15 for a second. But it says, for there should be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. You Israelites are the target. We're the main forefront of this devil's attack. The main target. You have a target. What's the main point that you're trying to hit? Is the middle. The red dot, which is pointing on Jake's back. Because Jake is especially come to know that this devil don't like you one bit. He hates you. A perpetual hatred, in fact, is getting Ezekiel 35 and 5. Since all has a perpetual hatred. But 71 says they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling, destroying those that fear the Lord. So what is again further going to show why it's important to seek the Lord now? Psalm 17 3. Actually, it was 13. Just missed it. If you can get there real quick. Psalm 17:13, and it says, arise, the Lord, to support him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. And who is that wicked speaking of? You get that in Malachi 1 and 4. Esau, Edom being labeled, being called the border of wickedness. As you can further get that in Genesis 27:39-40, Esau's blessing, which was the fatness of the earth, as was that sword. As deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. And the Lord's going to be swinging that sword, especially upon you wicked Israelites, man. Using this devil to do so. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3. And it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but the angel will speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it surely come, it will not tarry, meaning it will not delay. Say, we are in these appointed times, as written and spoken within the scriptures. And another scripture came on in Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verse 7, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, make no delay. We are in some exciting times. but as well as trying times. But this is the point right here. Don't make the lesson long needs to be just hit straight to the point as to what's getting ready to take place. As our duty as watchmen is to blow the trumpet, sound that alarm. Because things are getting ready to go down. So that's the point right there. I do close out. Give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Al Shabbat, Shem Kadash, and Shalom. See you next one, the Lord's will.